past, a warm welcome to our past Zonta International President and past Governor, Mary Ellen Bittner. Yay! I want to welcome our past governors, Pat Latona, Joanne Gallows, and Ellen Cairo. To our current District 3 Governor, Dorothy Nauer, and our Lieutenant Governor, Pam Garvin. Thank you for your leadership and your presence. We are honored to be joined by our District 3 board members, including Yvonne Atterbury Brooks and our treasurer, Mary Helen Reisler. Yay! And a big welcome to our dedicated area directors, Judy Levy, Jeanette Jordan, and Dion Joe. And I am Nicole Barnes. And it is my pleasure to welcome all of our District 3 Club presidents, fellow Zontians, and esteemed guests. I do want to also make sure that I welcome our award winners, Jabrika Harding and Jabrea Harding are the Jane M. Klausman Award winner. And do we have,
Aparna hasn't joined yet.
Okay, Aparna will, and I'm sorry, I don't have her name written down, but Aparna will. Thank you. I will let Judy defer to that part. That she will be joining us later on this morning. So again, we're excited for the conversation and the connection ahead. Please stay engaged throughout this session, but I just want to make sure I point out a few housekeeping notes. We want to make sure that you kindly mute your microphones unless you are speaking. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. We will monitor the chat and we will, one of the area directors, more than likely myself, we will bring those questions forth for discussions. So with that, I just want to say, let's have a wonderful and impactful morning together. And so next we are going to do our icebreaker. Ms. Judy, if you bring it up, thank you. Sorry. Dog open the door. So what we have is we have a poll on the computer right now, and I would like everybody, this is just to go ahead and get us all warmed up and ready to go ahead and get our minds focused and engaged. So if you would be so kind as to go ahead and participate in the icebreaker, and I mean in the polls. And so the first one is, how long have you been a Zontian, which is multiple choice. And then I want to ask, why did you first join Zonta? And you can choose more than one. And then I want to know, how are you feeling today? Are you inspired, ready to engage? Are you grateful? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Please be honest with your answer. We all just, we woke up, I'm grateful that I woke up again this morning. So as everybody knows, that's probably one of my answers. And so therefore, after that, please just submit so that we can go ahead and calculate our poll.
No, I am not doing the math on this.
Oh, it's not going to show up.
Well, once we end the poll.
Okay, once we end the poll, I'm gonna give everybody just a quick, brief moment. Well, not a quick, brief moment. We got 3 more minutes. And once we finish, then Judy will go ahead and I think you will present to us the results.
We have 38 of 42 who've responded. Now I know several are in their car, so that may not be a possibility for them. So I think we're pretty stable at 38 out of 42. So I'm going to end the poll.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm going to share the results.
Oh, okay. All right. So as everyone can see, let's see. Oh, we have 74%. This is like so awesome, that have more than 10 years as a Zontian. All right.
That's amazing.
And let's see, the majority of us, okay, why did you first join Zonta? To make a difference. Yes, that is all, it's very important. You know, we are women, we are power, well, we are power Zonsons. I'm not going to say women because we may, as you know, this is open to men, and we may have some males that are on here as well. So we are all powerful Zonsons. So we all want, majority of us want to make a difference. Some for professional networking, friendship, and community. And then there's other. I may ask the question later for some people to maybe expound on other. And how are the most of us feeling today? Most of us are feeling, oh, that is wonderful. Ready to engage and grateful. Like I said earlier, yes, I am grateful that I woke up this morning with a smile on my face, ready to go ahead, just seeing so many wonderful Zonsons here today, taking time out of their morning. I know it's early morning, but what better way to get your blood pumping and going is with conversation and ready to engage. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to
Nikki,
yes.
we have about 3 minutes if you wanted to ask that question now.
Oh, well, then I am going to ask the question. Well, let's see. Other. Feel free. This is an open forum, not to put anybody on the spot, but and you didn't have to exactly answer what other was, but I would like to hear from somebody that actually answered or an idea of other. What does other mean to you? I have no idea right now. Feel free to unmute for a second if you answered that question, but you don't have to. I don't want to put anybody on the spot, make anybody uncomfortable.
Well, Nikki,
my mom, oh, this is from Christina. Thank you, Christina. Oh, okay, our governor first. Other, mentoring, being mentored, and mentoring. Oh, okay, I didn't think of that. All right, thank you. And other, oh.
And Christina, where was your mom a past governor?
I apologize, but I do need to, did I see?
Hi, Nikki.
Yes, who is
This is Jennifer Jones. I cannot put my camera on just yet because
okay.
But I do want to answer your question.
Sure.
So as at the time that I became a Zonson, I was a chair of the Commission for Women in Prince George's County, Maryland. I'm a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, the Black Women's Roundtable, a million organizations, BPW, and I literally joined Zonta because it was international and it was impacting the lives of women internationally in a way that even my sorority that has international chapters does not do. And so it was so amazing to me to be able to touch the lives of women internationally and engage women leaders internationally. That's what my other was.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Hi, Jennifer. It's good to see you.
Hello, how are you? It's so great to see you.
And I do want to backtrack just for a moment. Thank you so much, Jennifer. You know, I adore you. I do want to backtrack just a little bit. I want to apologize. I do need to acknowledge that, do we have Lisa Burton here?
Lisa is not going to be able to join today, but she is registered.
Her sister is.
Yeah, but her sister.
Okay, her sister is here. Is Tebby Clift?
Tebby is here.
Okay, welcome, welcome. And if I missed anybody, did I miss anyone else? Let's see. I'm trying to read the chat.
Pam Morgan. Pam Morgan is here.
Pam Morgan, welcome, welcome, welcome. And let's see, I'm just scanning the chat very quickly.
And Christina joined because her mother was past governor here in District 3.
No, Christina, oh, I mean, that is right. I think you've told me that a number of times, so I do apologize.
Nicole.
Yes, Stephanie.
How are you? I wanted to say I didn't check other because when my decision to join after I was invited to a meeting was to make the difference, but I was invited by Yvonne Brooks. She was my RA in college, and I thought that she never wanted me around her, but she had me come in and be a part. Whenever I knocked on her door, she wouldn't answer in the dormitory, but she called on me to come and join. So I'm really grateful for her.
Okay. Thank you. So Nikki, that time is passed, so we need to move on.
Okay.
I am the timekeeper, so if you see my
Oh,
face,
yes.
pop
Yeah.
up and just- I'm move on.
I'm the timekeeper, so if you see my, I'm the timekeeper, so if you see
Uh-oh. We have, Steve, we have, can everybody mute, please?
Everybody mute,
Judy, I think you can mute everybody.
Yeah,
Okay, there you
The
go.
host can mute everyone.
hold on, I'm looking, I lost my, I
Mhm.
lost my schedule.
Okay,
Hold on.
it's time to introduce somebody's recording or doing something.
Someone might have two devices on that creates an echo, but also the host can mute everyone. And sorry, but did someone else had problem with the link, with the first link?
It looks like it's fine now. I'm sorry, who, you're asking the question about the link? Oh, no, it's fine.
Can everybody mute, please?
Yes.
It's an iPhone that, area code 908, that seems to be the problem.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you, everyone. With that, I'm going to introduce one of our past governors, Ms. Joanne Gallows. Ms. Joanne, you have the floor.
Thank you, Nicole. Okay, let me see if I can make this happen. Whew. Okay. Okay, first of all, good morning, Zonchans. It's great to be with all of you again. It seems like a long time. Thank you, Governor Dorothy. Wow, hang on a minute.
Somebody's on a phone, 908, area code, please mute.
Whoever has the hosting capabilities, you can mute whoever is there. So if their sound is on, you can just mute them individually.
Yeah.
Yes, and I
You know how
got,
to do that, Judy? Just go to their name and on the
I think
side, there's
it's-
3 dots, or you can just mute it from the,
yeah.
where the microphone is.
Okay, I think we're good now.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right, I'm going to say again, good morning to all of you. It's great to be with you. Thank you, Governor Dorothy and area directors, for giving me this opportunity to talk about the nominations that are coming up. There are changes to the nomination process. Elections are online before the convention in Vancouver in Canada. That's new. And the application process will close July 31st, 2025. Benefits include more time for board training, free time in the convention center agenda, and members have the opportunity to know the candidates better. There are 7 directors, and those eligible must be a member of the Zonta International Club, have served at least 1 year as a governor, district treasurer, or area director. ZI officers are the president-elect, vice president, and treasurer secretary. They must be a member of a Zonta International Club and have served as a Zonta International Director or at least 1 year as a governor, lieutenant governor, district treasurer, or area director. Candidates for the nominating committee are and can include a past international president or a member of a Zonta International Club who has served on the ZI board or as a governor or as a ZI International Nominating Committee chair. Why you should apply. We need your skills and experience to advance our mission globally. Your unique perspective, your help to shape strategies, and any tragedies that occur at the global level. Your special talents and Zonta passions. Your ability to build meaningful relationships and work as a team, as well as provide individual information. And you to ensure accountability for mission work. Please take the candidate selection seriously. We need the very best leaders to propel us forward into Zonta, especially during this next difficult time. So in selecting quality candidates, does the candidate have a governance experience and a strategic mindset for global guidance? How did the candidate demonstrate commitment to our mission? Will the candidate have the ability to enhance the diversity and effectiveness of the board? Does the candidate have good teamwork skills? Does the candidate have the ability to face global challenges and opportunities for our Zonta world? We are having a webinar to discuss information for candidates. Attendees will not be visible, nor will they be identified. There will also be social media postings. Applications are open now, and please remember that applications close on July 31st, 2025. If you go to www.zonta.org and pick My Zonta, Tools, and International Nominations, you will find absolutely everything and all the directions and information that you need. Thank you, and please, please join.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm stopping. There
Okay,
we go.
thank you. Okay, Jeanette.
Okay, so what's coming up next is the lady that's going to be our keynote speaker at our conference in October. So Miss Amanda Lee Kaiser is a member engagement strategist and the author of Elevating Engagement, Uncommon Strategies for Creating a Thriving Member Community. He has studied engagement for over 25 years, first as a consumer engagement while managing the beloved Crayola brand, and now member engagement for associations and professional communities. As a researcher, author, and frequent experimenter, she is at the forefront of exploring how engagement is rapidly changing. And we all know that that's important in every organization in making sure that our members want to feel a part of the community, but also want to thrive in the community. So without further ado, we will hear from Miss Amanda Kaiser.
Okay, just a second. We want to introduce the book. Book club will be on June 28th, where we will be discussing the Elevating Engagement book. And so this will, along with our video today, will help prepare everyone for the engagement keynote speech in the fall. So mark your calendar for June 28th from 10 to 11, where we'll be discussing elevating engagement.
And I believe she said her book is on Amazon, and you can reach out to her for other to get books as well. So, and I don't know if we did maybe a joint venture, we could get it cheaper, but we can always look into that.
And so here's our video. Enjoy.
Very recently, I keynoted a conference where the organizer did something really cool. They created this workbook for every single attendee, and every single speaker, session, roundtable had its own page. And on that page was a series of questions. And the very last question was, what is one thing you're going to do differently here? I love that the conference organizers' intent was to take what was going on in that conference, that excitement, and then translate it into action. And they've hit on a super key point. I have done research with 477 members from 33 different associations. And one theme that comes up a whole lot is I go to the conference and I am so excited. I'm bubbling over with all of these ideas and I write all of these notes and I come home and I don't do anything with that information. So let's dive into 3 reasons why that happens. The first issue is overload. Whether you're going to a webinar and you come away with 12 great ideas, or you go to a conference for 3 days and you come away with hundreds or thousands of ideas, it's very hard to pick one idea that you're going to go ahead and action. So overload is a big issue. The second issue is they're super excited. And so they're invested and they have all of these great intentions. And I don't know about you, but I'm a note taker. So a lot of conference goers and webinar watchers take lots of notes. And when they're walk away from that event and they're back in their office, they take that notebook, even their kind of digital notebook, and they put it on their desk. And then all of the everyday items, the urgent items, start piling on top of that notebook. The urgency of taking action leaves the moment they leave the conference. The third reason why people don't take action is the curve of forgetting. So over 100 years ago, there was some really cool research done by a researcher named Hermann Ebbinghaus. Don't worry, his study was actually replicated many, many times as recently as 2015. So what he found is if you put retention on one axis and time on the other, that retention decreases exponentially with time. And so when people are a week out from your event, they've already lost 80% of what they know. When attendees don't take action, the ROI of your event plummets in their minds, and we do not want this to happen. So this is a problem I am very keen to solve, and I'm doing it by introducing a new program called A Year of Engagement. The Year of Engagement is designed specifically to boost the ROI of your event, to curb that curve of forgetting in your members' minds, to keep the information really front of mind, recent, help them apply it to their individual situations, and also, and most importantly, prioritize everything that they've learned so that they can take action today. When they take action, they're going to see lots of ROI. And you know that attendees who come to your events and see lots of ROI, boy, they're out there and they are talking and bringing other people to your event. So go ahead and check out A Year of Engagement below.
Okay, that wasn't exactly the video you were supposed to see. It was the one.
It was a good one though.
Okay.
Absolutely, especially as we plan to have you focus on a number of issues, particularly one where we want you to actually go back and do it with your club. So we have guarantees that memory, retention is going to be very high over time. I thought it was very much close to what we were thinking about.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think Judy, if you want to go ahead and put us in the group chat, I think the questions that we have, which are, I think we can still answer these questions very mindfully in the group
Excuse
chat.
me, Jeanette, but I think we need to watch the story, answer the questions,
Okay.
I think.
Okay. I would love to do that. Just a second. I apologize. I clicked on the one that I thought we were supposed to have, and it gave us something else. It's a 6-minute video, and I'm going to
Take your time, Judy.
when you
I know.
dream about the things that go wrong and then they do, it's
It is all knowledge that we can all use
yes.
and discuss.
See if I can find it. Marketing.
Okay, let's see if we can do this.
Very recently, I keynoted a conference where the organizer did something really cool. They
Nope,
created
that's the same one. Okay, unshare. How did that happen? Please tell me how that happened.
Let's just ask me for question. Okay.
How did that happen? I think we're gonna have to, do you have, this is all from the email that Dorothy sent. Let me, I think I downloaded it. Hold on, but that's what this is. Why would it switch video? Sorry. No. I apologize. I apologize.
Okay, Judy, it's all right. Relax. We're
Yeah.
here.
Because I'm clicking on the, you can find everything you need in this folder. And there's one video here. Why is that? We had a whole nother video. There's not even a,
Jeanette, you're not muted.
I think we need to.
Talking to myself.
Well, maybe while Judy looks for that, we could move on to the core values presentation and do that breakout. And then while Judy and maybe Dorothy look for it, then we can just switch them. And that way we can still do both if we can find it later. How's that?
Okay, I've got to admit everybody.
So maybe we can do the core values presentation first, and then we can come back to this.
Okay, are you ready, Dion?
Yes.
If I can find it. Oh, okay. Oh. I'm gonna start saying bad words now.
No, bad words.
And-
it
and
happens to
also-
all of us.
Also, I just wanted to suggest you have the option, if someone else have the video, give them, give them
access.
sharing capabilities so they can do it directly. They can share it from their screen. They just have to run it and do it the share screen.
Okay, all right, so. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone.
It's also on YouTube.
Oh, wonderful. That's good to know. How is everyone this morning?
Well, they can't answer you, so.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Oh,
Wave if you feel wonderful. Welcome, my Zonjan sisters. Oh, I am so delighted to be talking to you about values. I'm Deanne Job from I'm Area Director, Area 1, and I'm from the Zonjan Club, the Zonta Club of Westchester. And I'm talking about values today, and I'm happy to be talking about values because, in the organization where I work, I'm in charge of engagement and retention. And I am happy to be part of an organization that not only does good things for others, but is concerned about your engagement. So let us jump in and right away have an experience. Take out your phones, please, and go on your cameras and point it to that dark box on the right-hand side, the QR code. Point it to the QR code. Those of you who are on your phones, you may want to go into the chat where we've posted this www.menti. Let's go back. Just go back to the screen. Go back one, back. Yes. So point your cameras to this QR code, and you are going to get some instructions to put in 3 words. 3 words in each slot. You know, you put in a word about what you value about Zonchan. What does being a Zonchan mean to you? What you believe as a Zonchan member. So in those boxes, put in that word or 2 and keep putting in the word and then press submit. You may have to repeat it if you have more words in your mind. We have some examples on the screen, you know, like friendship, women's rights, respect, kindness, community. What else comes up for you? Put those words in. Okay. And once you've done it, you'll have the opportunity to, beyond submit, they'd ask, go to the next question. And when you go to the next question, something that looks like what's on the screen now, a word cloud appears. Raise your hand if you are at the stage of, if you have a word cloud in front of you. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I'll give you some more time. I want you to have an experience of creating this word cloud, because Zonchans around the world are involved in creating this word cloud. You see 3,733 for this word cloud that I captured a couple days ago. Well, it's almost to 5,000. It's almost to 5,000. Zonchans around the world are doing this. So raise your hands all right, let's see if we have any more hands. More hands, lovely. You can put them down, but I want to see some new hands. Lovely, lovely. We're getting to 5,000. I feel like I'm at an auction. And this is what we would like you to take back to your club. All right, so I'd have your attention, please. I thank you for, oops, you go back one, just one. Yes. So we've created a word cloud together. And this word cloud is going to be used to generate something really, really very important. Zonta International is attempting to capture in words the spirit of Zonta. We know what Zonta does. We know how much it cares about issues of women and girls. And we know how we do it. But it's so important to Zonta that Zonta International wants everyone involved. And this word cloud will be converted to a value statement. It will capture the spirit of Zonta. You notice there are some words that are really very big. Those are the words that have occurred the most, that has been put in the most. You might want to return and put in what's really in your heart about what's important to Zonta, to you about Zonta. We want you to get your club members engaged around participating in this, as I said before. All right, how can you measure the effectiveness of your club is what Zonta International wants us to get to. What are we? What we are all about? What we choose to focus on as an organization, and that's beyond just mere advocacy, beyond mere fundraising, that type of thing. How do we get our members to be engaged? What do we rally around? These are really very, very important things to Zonta International. Although we have a good understanding of what we do and how we do it, today we've explored and we'll continue to explore creating value. Today's discussion, as we view, and your views will assist the Zonta International Board in working to create our core value statement. All right, so we are going to rally around 3 questions. We'll break out into our groups. How would you describe the Zonta spirit to new and prospective members? What does a truly inclusive and welcoming Zonta club, what does that look like to you? How can we intentionally cultivate fun, friendship, and community in our club? And just these questions and what we are going to do next would have you looking forward to the movie that we will show when we eventually show it later on. So now we are going to break out into groups. I hand you back over to
Me.
Judy, and I think we have,
Judy.
Judy, is the time right? I have 9 minutes for the discussion. Is that what you have? For the breakout?
No, for the breakout, we have,
I'm talking about what was left from when Dion spoke. It started, we had 20 minutes for that. I have 9 minutes left.
okay, so then we have extra minutes for our breakout is 15 minutes. So
Okay.
why don't we go to 20 and go from there? So we're going to break you out into rooms. Let's talk about you'll need to unmute yourself. And we have 7 rooms. So we're going to have more than 3 in each room. And we have moderators assigned to each room, and they're going to take notes. So when we come back, the moderators will then share with the overall group. The moderators are our District 3 board members and our area directors, and filling in for Mary Helen Risler is Linda Foster from Trenton Mercer. So thank you, Linda, for doing that. So it'll take me a minute or so to set up these breakout sessions. So let's get this started. Okay. I'm setting up the moderators first.
Okay. It's so important to think that 47% of our membership of our attendees are over 10 years. And to think that just belonging and being a part of something great, according to the survey that we did this morning, really underscores how important this is.
I'd have to agree with you, Dion.
Mhm. Yep.
I put it in the chat, but in addition to, what Dion said about doing this survey using the Mentimeter link and doing the survey with your club to add to the word cloud, Mentimeter can be a good tool that you can use. There's a free version, and if you want to use it more, it might be worth it to get a paid version, but you can use it to do really quick polling in your club. So was introduced to us at the governor's training, and it's kind of a nifty little tool that you can use with groups, whether it's Zonta or other groups, to do quick polls and get a sense of people's thinking on a question.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna open rooms and keep adding. So.
Thank you,
we-
Judy.
Well, while Judy is doing that, we're just gonna I'm gonna do a real quick, simple check-in with everyone. And I'm just gonna ask, let's see. One thing that you hope to take away from today's workshop. I will start with, I'm gonna call on people because I don't want everybody to unmute at once. Let's see, since cameras have went blank for a quick moment, Miss Stephanie Fry, your camera still seems to be on and I can see your face. So I'm going to do a quick check-in with you. Just
Okay.
tell us one thing that you're hoping to take away from today's workshop.
Well, when we talk about volunteer engagement, it's always good to hear something that someone else has done. That's the thing that I admire most and am enamored by with Zonta, because we can always check with our Zonta sisters, as I have with Lisa, as I have with you, Nicole, beyond our club. So yes, this is a wonderful thing to look at, engage, volunteer engagement and what someone else has ideas about.
Right. Agreed. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. And
Sure.
I think Judy, I see something on my screen, so I believe that I will be joining my room. So see some of you ladies there.
Okay. Why? Okay. Okay. It's not Joyce Brooks. Shit.
Hey there. Hey there. How many volunteer hours of work do member organizations rely on? organizer did something really cool. They created this workbook for every single attendee, and every single speaker, session, roundtable had its own page. And on that page was a series of questions. And the very last question was, what is one thing you're going to do differently now? I love that. I love that the conference organizers' intent was to take what was going on in that conference, that excitement, and then translate it into action. And they've hit on a super key point. I have done research with 477 members from 33 different associations. And one theme that comes up a whole lot is I go to the conference and I am so excited. I'm bubbling over with all of these ideas and I write all of these notes and I come home and I don't do anything with that information. So let's dive into 3 reasons why that happens. The first issue is overload. Whether you're going to a webinar and you come away with 12 great ideas, or you go to a conference for 3 days and you come away with hundreds or thousands of ideas, it's very hard to pick one idea that you're going to go ahead and action. So overload is a big issue. The second issue is they're super excited. And so they're invested and they have all of these great intentions. And I don't know about you, but I'm a note taker. So a lot of conference goers and webinar watchers take lots of notes. And when they're walk away from that event and they're back in their office, they take that notebook, even their kind of digital notebook, and they put it on their desk. And then all of the everyday items, the urgent items start piling on top of that notebook. The urgency of taking action leaves the moment they leave the conference. The third reason why people don't take action is the curve of forgetting. So over 100 years ago, there was some really cool research done by a researcher named Herman Ebbinghaus. Don't worry, his study was actually replicated many, many times as recently as 2015. So what he found is if you put retention on one axis and time on the other, that retention decreases exponentially with time. And so when people are a week out from your event, they've already lost 80% of what they know. When attendees don't take action, the ROI of your event plummets in their minds, and we do not want this to happen. So this is a problem I am very keen to solve, and I'm doing it by introducing a new program called A Year of Engagement. The Year of Engagement is designed specifically to boost the ROI of your event, to curb that curve of forgetting in your members' minds, to keep the information really front of mind, recent, help them apply it to their individual situations, and also, and most importantly, prioritize everything that they've learned so that they can take action today. When they take action, they're going to see lots of ROI. And you know that attendees who come to your events and see lots of ROI, boy, they're out there and they are talking and bringing other people to your event. So go ahead and check out A Year of Engagement below.
Hi. Welcome.
Okay,
How did it go?
fantastic,
Oh, good, good, good.
fantastic.
I am going to automatically assign. I think our moderators are going to get a time off and just automatically have it assigned in our next group so that we can spend more time talking. But as everybody comes back,
So Judy, is that gonna give, if you say the moderators aren't gonna be the same people? Because we want to make sure they have the questions. I do have them if you need me to.
well, I think we need to create different questions for that video. I could not find the video.
But I have
Not-
the video. I have the video.
Okay, then you need to send it to me.
Yes.
Or she can share her screen.
Yeah, and I will tell you if someone found a video in YouTube, excuse me that I add something trying to help. If someone find a video in YouTube, as you said, I heard that someone mentioned that it was in YouTube, just sending the link to Judy, that is a very quick thing to do, even through their WhatsApp if you have.
Not the right, it's not the right video.
I have it all set to go, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't
Okay.
So-
All right, well, we will wait until after we've downloaded from our breakout session. And, you know, I hope that you had a good 20 minutes to talk about core values.
Yeah, it's good.
You know, so now is the time where we start to hear from you. I want to assert that it is the plan that this isn't our only discussion of core values, that the area directors are going to be coming to each club, and we're going to talk about this with your club, because ZI wants to hear from everyone, and everyone isn't here today. Thank heavens, I couldn't handle it. But we want to hear from everyone. So area directors are going to be attending your meetings and sharing this discussion and hearing from all of your members, because they really want to hear what the club members are saying. So let's hear what you guys are saying. How about in room one? Who's our room one moderator? Does anybody know? Okay, that would be Linda Foster.
Sorry, I thought it was 3.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's in the next one. You're in the next one. Okay. Who's room one?
We don't know what room we were in, but. if
We
you
were
talk-
room 1,
Okay.
Diane.
We
Yeah.
were room 1. Okay, thanks, Janelle. Okay, so we kind of did, people shared words kind of for the first question. So how would we describe Zonta Spirit to a new member? Not the words that people gave were welcoming, knowledgeable, activism, dedicated, determined, constructive, passionate, community, equity, advocacy, education, and mentoring. What does it mean to be truly inclusive and welcoming? Basically, people said, you know, being conscious and welcoming of all different people that come to the club, gender, ages, abilities, especially listening to ideas and showing respect to members. And we thought the word intentional was really important in the third question. How can we intentionally build community, fun, friendship, and community? Having time together outside, either before meetings or outside of meetings, to talk about what's going on in the community and in our lives. To do fun, to put fun in fundraising. So basically, Karen had said, you know, they did rave walks, and also using the talents of each and every member. Danelle second that, to say like their walk and run in Mid-Maryland built fun, friendship and fun. But not everyone, so I think Danelle also said and Christina said it's so important to check in with people between meetings, because sometimes we don't know what's going on in people's lives, and especially in the current climate we're in, just to check in and make sure that people are doing okay. They may be fine, but just check in and then rally around somebody if they need a little more support.
A lot of great thoughts. Okay, room 2.
Here's room 2. We had a great time in room 2. We really drilled down into the second question. I'll tell you about that after. The first question, we described the spirit as a passion for service. Zonta spirit is a passion for service. There's immediate acquaintance, regardless of where the people meeting are from, different parts of the world, and you have an immediate connection, a new buddy. May not necessarily be a best friend, but there is this instant connection that happens. That there's a power in this group that is established to make a difference. And we know in what areas we're making a difference, but that the group is established and that the group is making a difference. It's a living organism that, is there to contribute, and we receive more than we give. So it was really nice to bring the spirit alive that way. And it's hard to repay because you get so much from the giving. And then we had people speaking about actual examples in their lives, and club members and folks that it inspired them to join and to be linked in. I thought the spirit is awesome. I would have joined if I hadn't joined already. And we spent a lot of time on, because there's a need for the younger Zonchan, and I highlighted just before we went off, 10 years. The average person here has been here for more than 10 years. So we hooked into to be truly inclusive, we have to pay attention to age diversity. And we spent a lot of time talking about what makes that happen. And we had a great example that the members investigated. We'd be planning something, and something that we've done before successfully, one of our group members said, and we'll have it down pat, and we'd identify what we did and what we're going to do. And you'd ask the younger folks, what would you like to see? And it goes in a totally different direction. Just asking that question, what would you like to see? And the events that come up really engage people, really are new and fresh and wonderful. So that's a very important thing to pay attention to get young folks, particularly young professionals who might not necessarily have the time, but that's a nice group to invite, because the funds might not be available for regular, for all young people to be able to pay those fees, but invite them to speak on a panel. And they may stay and they may observe what we're doing, and they may stay a little longer. So I say all of this, and I'm saying in terms of the fun question, we were having so much fun just being engaged around what's important to us. We didn't get to number 3.
Okay. Okay, I can understand that. All right, very good. Thank you. All right, room 3.
It was us, Judy.
Okay.
We had a great conversation also, as Dion said, and I would love to join Zonta if we weren't already in it. So thank you for those comments. So our description of Zonta spirit included lots of words, as Dorothy was saying, the friendship and community, working hard for our goals, commitment to those goals, embracing and encouraging each other, which is so important inside of the club, showing up and actively participating, saying thank you to our members, giving genuinely to our group, and focusing on the mission, being happy and purposeful and lifted, so that it's not a drudgery, but something that we enjoy doing. what is inclusive and welcoming to our club is where everyone smiles and comes in to the meeting and get nice big smiles for coming in and acknowledging that they are present and ready to get to work. The recognition of each of us, the round robin, letting people express themselves. It's all important to welcoming members into our club. We had I didn't get to share this, but we had an award winner come to our club meeting on Thursday, and I think we were very welcoming to her, and she won the Young Woman in Leadership Award, and she was so appreciative after she left. And her father was really interested in Zonta. He was going to go home and read more about it. So welcoming anyone into our club and knowing them that they are important to us. And finally, how to have fun in friendship in our clubs, doing things like Jen had mentioned, going to the American Indian Museum in Washington and just having a good time with some of the Washington, D.C. members, having barbecues and picnics, which our club's going to do in July, loving ourselves, having conversations about health and finance in our club, creating lovely spaces, having book clubs, which are a fun thing to do. And our club does that, and Washington, D.C. is doing that. So anything to take us a little bit off our agendas and our sticking to structure and just having good times together, because we all appreciate each other. So thank you for the opportunity.
All right. Room 4. These
Oh,
are great ideas. I hope you're writing them down.
This is Nicole Barnes from Zonta Club of Mid-Maryland. I was the moderator for room 4. And the first question, how would you describe Zonta's spirit to a newer prospective member? And so our group came up, the notes that I took, when someone asks me what Zonta is, I say, we work to make a world a better place for women, because a better world for women is a better world. And that is quoted from Mary Ellen Bittner, which truly captures the Zonta spirit. So in my notes, I put Zonta is more than an organization. It's a movement, a global network of passionate, service-driven individuals united by one vision: to build a better world for women and girls. That tagline isn't just a statement, it's a promise. One that echoes through every international project, local service event, and meeting held in communities around the world. The Zonta spirit is global in vision, but deeply personal in action. You can see yourself in this work, whether advocating for women's rights, supporting families, or leading change in your own neighborhood. Inspiring and empowering, reminding us that each of us have a role to play and that together we amplify each other's voices. Second question, what does a truly inclusive and welcoming Zonta Club look like to you? So based off of the consensus, not the consensus, but everybody's input, it's a space where everyone is encouraged to speak, listen to with care, and supported without condition. An inclusive Zonta Club lifts each member by respecting diverse perspectives, acting on shared ideas, providing resources and mentorship to help every member lead and thrive. Third question, how can we intentionally cultivate fun, friendship, and community in our club? We intentionally blend service with joy, hosting regular meetings and mission-driven social events that build camaraderie, encouraging members to invite colleagues or friends, like as an example, and this came from a new member that joined in December, Terry King Lane, when she said that when one of the new members brought extra tickets and shared them with her coworkers, decided to show them. Oh, so basically it was excited to show them how women lead with purpose. So, I mean, I thought that was like a unique idea. And then planning on her hands-on service projects that not only impact lives, but strengthen our bonds. Because we come together in purpose and joy, and that's the real magic the real magic of Zonta shines. So that is what my notes from room 4.
Well, I wish we had all of this, we do have it recorded, so
Yes.
everybody can get a copy of this, because just these reports on your room discussions are pretty amazing, of your ideas and your passion and what you think about Zonta. So, room 5.
Hi, I'm Pam Garvin, Lieutenant Governor of District 3, and our room had some of the same words as already stated for the first question: enthusiasm, passion, call to advocacy. And then we moved on to the second question, and it was very important to our group that we recognize individuals for their talent and expertise, that we find out what everyone's talent is, and really utilize those talents in the club, and not just use certain talents, but everyone has something to share and give, and really embrace that to engage and retain members. We spent a lot of time on the third question, our group, and about fun and friendship and community. And in all 3 of the conversations about all the questions, it was really important to listen to everyone, to engage members individually, to meet them one-on-one, to find out about them, and to listen to young people who are joining and engage in maybe social activities or other activities that they had new ideas, not just have dinner meetings, but to, as one of our, Pam Morgan said that in her club, they had a murder mystery party and a tea, which was really attended well by their club members. And that women are a community that we stand stronger together, but we can't do that without listening to each other. And then we also talked about flexibility to honor others, and being flexible to make changes in your club and do things a little bit differently than maybe you had before, and to understand that in doing new things, there may be glitches or things that don't work out, but then you regroup and keep trying. So maybe the first time is not as fabulous, but maybe keep doing it. To do icebreakers at the beginning of all your meetings to engage new members, just like we did today, that really gets people talking and hearing what they have to say. To talk about self-care and social issues, what affects women and girls, not just those who are being that we are advocating for, but ourselves as well. And a synergy, to really feel a synergy among ourselves and our members. And I think that, it was very important to listen. Listening was a really important thought, to really hear what other people are saying and give them time and respect to say what their feelings were or their issues are, and how we can embrace that as well. And that was our room 5.
That's great. A lot of good ideas in each individual section from the different groups. I really like that. So room 6.
I think I was in room 6. I was in one room and then I was switched, so I'm assuming I was 6. Now, I think Pam and I were in the same room, because all of her answers are the same ones that our group came up with, which was very interesting. I'm sure my group would say, well, what, was she in our group? So I'll just really briefly say, for this Zonta spirit, it says, have the energy and the enthusiasm around a common goal where we advocate collaboratively to inspire women, girls, men, and boys to build a better world for women. We are a caring group of women who provide service to women throughout the world. The second question is, what does the inclusive club look like? And I think that got a lot of synergy. the members that are open to new ideas, and for older members to stop saying, we always done it that way, so we don't want to make any changes. And I do hear that a lot from the presidents when I talk with them about membership. They say that a lot of the older members don't want to make changes. So inclusive to them means making sure that new ideas are at the forefront and everyone's amenable to it. Everybody is welcome, including all ages, occupations, and nationality, and sharing the strength, your strength with your club, because again, everybody wants to be heard. So if you give them the opportunity, they will share. Incorporating fun into our service and advocacy events. And also a lot was shared about working with the youth in the community. That promotes a lot of new energy for our members, because youth, the youth, they have a lot more energy than we do. That's just a fact. And so I'm just thinking about last week when we were at the domestic violence walk, when our Golden Z came together as a group. They were so excited. They excited me even more. So just making sure we reach back out into the community and develop those key groups, the Golden Z and Z Club, because we have both in our club and we love that. And then one of the things was sense of achievement and success when we do get something done collaboratively, i.e. the child marriage project. So that gave us a sense of purpose, a sense of achievement, and some success in our lives. Sometimes our lives may not be going the way we want, but if we come together and achieve those kinds of things, that just gives us a step up. And also nurturing and self-care. I noticed that a lot of clubs are building that into their meetings or their outreach to the community. So if we don't take care of ourselves, how can we take care of other people? So that's our group 6 spiel.
That's great. Great. I love working with the youth in the community because it builds members for the future. Not that we're only focused on membership, but it's name recognition is the name of the game. All right, room 7.
Well, since there were 7 rooms, I assume we were room 7. We didn't have a moderator originally, so we decided to self-moderate.
Sorry.
And we had there, Sharon, Joyce, Yvonne, Rosa, and Laurie, and myself. And to the first question is the spirit of SONTA and how we presented. And the things that came up very clearly were, service and advocacy, service to the community. It was highlighted that they do also community projects, so they feel it close and something that they relate, where they see the work, but also sort of with her experience about the impact when we join coalitions for advocacy and get child marriage bills approved in Virginia or DC, as recently happened. And then, Joyce brought the question about action, how do we translate that in action? And we share experiences where the action led to results. The idea of being tangible was also important, and solidarity, so SONTA is an organization. The idea of justice for women also was important. It's an organization that gives service and advocates for the right of women around the world. So that was into the spirit of SONTA, community, friendship, and many other ideas that we share. In terms of the idea of inclusiveness, what was important was about what we share as a group was being inviting, but listening to others, being aware of the difference. And I will say, embrace the differences and the diversity of ideas, of groups, of regions. That was part of being inclusive as our group. But then an idea came also of sharing experience with other organizations that do service, that align with our mission. And so the inclusiveness and the being invited is not just to our members, isn't it? But also to others that could be our partners for greater impact and work together. In terms of fun, we didn't have a lot of time for that one, but we did have fun in the dynamic. I hope I'm saying it and represented it correctly. But it's be aware of what our members would like to do programs and just maybe combining the service work with the fun through social programs or fundraisers that are fun. But that would be it. And thank you to all of the ladies of the group that really, share their ideas.
Well, I want to thank everyone who participated in the breakout session. What a great list of ideas and just the heart of your passion for Zonta and the work that you do. We're going to be collecting all of this information and particularly after we visit your clubs and sharing that with ZI because they want to know. And these are wonderful ideas and thoughts about Zonta and where you want to go. Now we're going to retreat just a little bit. And let's see, how late are we?
We're about 10 minutes.
Well, we were going to do core values after our break, but we're going to go ahead and take a break
Yeah.
now. And we're going to be gone for 5 minutes. And let me see if I can find it. Yes, we're going to go for 5 minutes and go to the bathroom, come back, and we're going to see the video again, the proper video of Amanda Lee Kaiser because Dorothy found it. Anyway, so come back at 10:38. 10:38. So go. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Because of our snafus this morning, we're going to I want to thank everybody for coming back. Please mute yourself if you can. We want to go now to our Zonta International Foundation chairs for District 3. That's Ellen Cairo and Arlene Dooley. They have a quick discussion on the Zonta Foundation. So is Arlene here?
Arlene is here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Madam Governor, area directors, and fellow Zonchans. Yes, I'm here to try to extract some money from you, but before you get up and go and say, oh, I forgot to get a snack, please hear me out. Many of you joined Zonta really had no idea who or what was the foundation about. It is not supported by ZI. The programs that are under the foundation are supported by you. The foundation is celebrating 40 years of their existence this year. That is 40 years of supporting women and children throughout the world. You all know or have heard about the Amelia Earhart, who was a Zonchan. You all know we have an Earhart Scholarship that is run by the foundation. Think about how exciting it is to know that we have helped young women make our air and space safer. You can feel proud of our organization for giving them a boost on their road to success. Our district, I am sorry to say, is falling behind in our assistance in the foundation. I know times are hard for everyone. I have tried to give some thought to how we can correct this. Now, here comes the hard part. That is, it's your part, your club's part, and your personal part. I must clarify something. We do have women in our district who are donors, who are very good donors, and I thank them for them work and their money heartily. It is possible for each club to donate $200 to the foundation, and I'll tell you how. One is you can have a raffle in your club, like, I don't know, raffle off a book since there's the book club. Raffle off a beautiful bouquet of flowers. And I realize that that's not going to collect $200 in one meeting. But if you do it at every meeting, some little raffle. The other thing is have a little jar, and every meeting, everybody throw their loose change in. You'd be surprised how fast loose change can add up. And it could raise a considerable amount of bucks. How about members asking family and friends to donate as a present for you for your birthday or your anniversary or whatever? You know, you've seen this on Facebook where somebody's birthday is and they ask for money to be donated to somebody else. That is something that can be done. And then this is the one that I thought would be great for a lot of clubs. How about at your next meeting, you skip dinner or lunch and throw that price of the meal in the pot? You could just have coffee and cake. You know, we all like dessert. Everybody enjoys a piece of cake. Or you can bring a box lunch with you. Bring a sandwich. We all pack sandwiches to go to work. Just drag it with you to the meeting. But donate that cost of that meal to the club to send to the foundation. Since our first service project, Zonta has contributed over $35.9 million to international as projects. Remember, every dollar you donate goes to support our programs. Now, $35 million sounds like a lot of money, but over 40 years, it's not very much. We need more. We need to support these young ladies who are out there looking for our help. One of the reasons you joined Zonta, and I've heard this all morning, is to support women and children and make the world better. This is how you make the world better. You dig into your pocket and you donate. If you donate $15, you have given some life-saving information to young women and children. Hygiene, anything for $10. For $100, you provide 4 women the chance to participate in digital literacy. And I've heard this morning. If you teach a woman to read, you have educated the entire family. You're not just helping that woman to be able to read and to gain knowledge. You're helping her to make sure that her children have some background and some knowledge, and that she can say in her heart, and you can say in your heart, that you have helped some little kid to make a better life. And for that mother to be able to sit back and say, aha, if I do this for my child, this is what the ramifications will be. And that lays in your lap, ladies. There are 2 programs that I feel very strong about under the foundation: the Zonta Women in Business and Leadership Award and the Zonta Women in the STEM Award. These programs will certainly elevate and help to secure women a place in this world. If you give $100 this biennium, about $5 a month, our district could possibly raise $2,500. My math may be off, but you get the idea. Also, that whatever you donate personally could be a tax deduction. Now, you accountants out there, I may be wrong, but I think I'm correct in saying that. If we donate to the Business and Leadership Award, think how we as professional women can help create more entrepreneurs and more businesses that will assist women and assist the world. We need to bring District 3 into a place of honor, so that please give this a great deal of thought and spread the word. Every time that we donate to the foundation, we are donating to the world. We are making sure that people, not just women and children, are being helped, are being fed, are being given water, are being told that they could bathe regularly, are being told that you don't have to marry that man who is 30 years older than you. We are able to go and raise our heads and say, yes, we are Zontians. And yes, you don't know about us, but you are going to know about us, because our money is going to help you to become better person, more capable of helping somebody else in this world. So if you help them, the next step will be they will help somebody else. It will be a circle. I thank you, ladies, and I hope and pray that you will take this back to your clubs and instill in them the need to give to the foundation. Thank you.
Thank you, Arlene. Those are a lot of great ideas on how we can help the foundation. We're going to regress a little bit. We have found the video. We're going to watch the video at 6.5 minutes, and then we're going to have breakout sessions. Our original breakout sessions were supposed to be 25 minutes, but we're going to cut those down. Maybe 15. And then we'll come back and hopefully quickly wrap those up and then go on to our AI presentation. So here we go. Where are you? Oh, no, 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 no. Wait, stop, stop. You can't hear it. Get out. Go. Why isn't it? Okay, stop sharing. Stop, just a second. Something else was on my screen.
I am super excited about this
Let's
session.
go back.
Hello, everyone. I am super excited about this session because we are going to dive into early engagement. You see, the key to lifelong engagement is engaging those new members really quickly. And that's what we're going
Boy,
to
madam,
Good morning.
they're dependent now. Yes, outside nice. Me, I turn the ground. I put the blue flowers nice.
Mute yourself.
My name is Amanda Lee Kaiser.
Yes.
I am an engagement researcher.
Yeah, I do me for gardening.
Elevating engagement. In some recent research that I conducted with my partners at Dynamic Benchmarking.
Yes, ma'am. Some flowers they get
7 association executives tell us a lot about how they felt about
No,
their
when
new
you
members.
eat, that's what I told
A
her.
really interesting stat. In fact, one of the most profound statistics from the entire piece of research was that 71% of them, so most of them, agreed that their biggest worry, their number one worry, was the large number of new members that joined and then never engaged. This is super scary, right? And you've probably experienced this, that there are some new members that join and then they don't read your emails. They're not using their benefits. They're not logging onto their website, and they're definitely not coming to events. We don't want this to happen. And so this session is all about helping us make sure that we're engaging new members. I have 2 stories for you. I want you to put yourself in the middle of these stories. I want you to imagine that you're going to and you only know the host. You've been invited to this party and you only know the host. And so the day of the party comes and you go to their house and you stand outside of their door and you knock on the door and nobody answers. And so you knock on the door again a little louder and wait and nobody answers. And so you put your ear to the door and you can hear people talking in the background. And so you kind of test the handle and open up the door because it's unlocked, and you walk in and you follow the noise down the hallway. And when you get there in the living room, people are in these little groups, 2 by 2, and they're all talking and nobody looks at you. How does that feel? For me, I can feel it giving this story. I can feel it in my stomach that like, oh gosh, I feel like I just want to run away. Now I want you to imagine that you go to a different party. You're invited to party number 2. The situation is the same. You were invited and you only know the host. You only know one other person. And so you go to the host house and you knock on the door. And this time, the host answers the door immediately with a big smile on her face. And she says, oh, I am so glad that you are here. We're having so much fun. I want to introduce you to everybody. Come with me. And so you follow the host down the hall, and this time into her kitchen. And she says, follow me. I want to introduce you to everybody. Everybody, I want you to meet our latest guest. And, I hope this is okay. I volunteer with this nonprofit, and we're just going to stuff envelopes for a little while. So here's your seat. I want to introduce you specifically to the two people on either side of you. And they're going to show you how we're, collating all of the information and stuffing the envelope. So you sit down in between these two people. The two people turn to you and they start talking to you. And before you know it, you are stuffing envelopes and you are laughing and you are talking. And now I want you to reflect for a minute about how you feel. I know how I feel. Like, you can see the smile on my face. I feel so much better. I love the party analogy because the party analogy explains exactly what is happening in member organizations. In fact, it explains what's happening anywhere you gather groups, whether it's an online community, an association, and any other kind of membership organization like an online community, a club, a chapter, not-for-profit, anywhere you gather these groups, this party analogy exists. And either you're creating party number one or you're creating party number two. What we want, of course, to be creating is the sense of party number two. With party number two, what you're doing is you're creating all of these great first impressions, and you're warmly welcoming them. And this is actually based on a ton of scientific research. When you have these very lovely first impressions, people are primed to engage with your organization or with your event. In a minute, I would love for you to break up in groups of just 3, and you're going to explore 3 questions. The first question is, what happened with party number 2? So I want you to dissect party number 2. And in your little group, think of all of the reasons why party number 2 worked so well. What was that host doing? If you were that host, what exactly was she doing to create that sense of belonging and that sense of engagement? The second question is, I want you to think about your very next event. What is one thing that you can do, one idea you can steal from party number 2 to apply to your next event? I want you to try these little tiny tests at your next event. So talk about that with your group of 3. And number 3, how can you take an idea from party number 2 and apply it back to your members at your member organization? So go ahead and find 2 other collaborators and work together on these 3 questions.
Right. So that's the video. And I think you can tell why we really wanted you to be able to see it. It starts with a great idea. Now we don't have a lot of time. But I'm going to get you into breakout rooms much quicker. We have 10 minutes to be able to discuss this. And it's basically to start the discussion. Remember, we're going to be hearing from Amanda a lot with more opportunity in October. I don't want you to use up all of your thoughts now, but go out into your breakout rooms. You will have moderators. And Yvonne, I do need you to be a moderator and talk about these questions of how to be a party, how to be party 2 at your next meeting. So off we go. Gail, are you not assigned?
No,
Okay, because it says everybody's assigned.
I'm not assigned.
Okay, how do I get you in? I don't even have you on here. Let's see. How are you not assigned?
It's okay, Judy, it's all right. I mean, it's a simple statement, a simple.
Yeah,
I don't see my employees being terribly important here.
because your name's not even showing up, but you're sitting right here.
I know. Well,
Let's see. Here you are. You're supposed, okay. I'm gonna send you to room 4, okay?
okay. Yes.
Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone.
Thank you.
I know it was short, but I hope you were able to talk about it.
Okay, that was fast.
That
But
was
good.
fast.
But good.
Yeah, informative.
Mhm.
All right, Jeanette, take it away.
Okay, that was fast. Okay. So the first question is, what was the first question?
What happened?
Why did party number 2 work so well? So we said because the host was very enthusiastic, very welcoming, and because they seemed to be prepared to make sure that the guest was not only introduced to the people on both sides, but also they seem to be prepared to know this may be the dynamic that that person needed. If they know, if the host knows them, just to give them a good experience. So one of the things that says, what is one idea that you can apply to your next meeting or event is, well, Winifred said maybe have, the Zonchins circulate and engage at people at all of the tables, because I know a lot of times we will just be comfortable with just going to the table that we invited guests to, but just to be more welcoming. And I know for a lot of introverts that seems hard, but it's if you have a powerful or a passion for Zonta, it becomes a little easier. You're just going out, just trying to make sure everybody's having a great time, and then also just maybe have some side conversations with who the guests are. Because if I go to a table and I just say hello without saying, well, who are you? Who invited you? Just strike up a more of a conversation. And then number 3, we talked about what Darnell said, what she thought was a great idea was, and she mentioned it in her club, was to have more membership drives. Now I remember us doing zings, and I remember them being fun and with good food and just having meeting some wonderful women in the community. So I think bringing back membership drives should be a part of every club if possible. But just thinking of the zings brought a smile to my face, because I really enjoyed them, and I think we did get some members out of it. But it's also given us that fun piece that we talked about, and also talking about bringing in guest speakers, guest resources, because some of our guests have become members. So it's something to make our meetings a little more interesting, and also the opportunity for us to have like-minded people join our club. Because if we're interested in hearing what they have to say, it's usually because it's around our vision for Zonta. Okay, that's what I got.
Okay. What room were you? Do you remember?
I think 3.
Okay, so room 1.
That was room 4, actually. We were
Room 4. Thank you, Danielle. Okay.
Okay.
I'm room 1. All right. Yes. They were, the warm welcome. The warm welcome is really, really important, as is the recognition, offering recognition. It's interesting that we said it first, and at the end, we were giving examples of what recognition is. If somebody, for example, in the club is a lawyer, we can make sure we ask for their input, not necessarily for them to be giving away their expertise, but recognize the expertise. Recognize the expertise in encouraging mentorship beyond Zonta is another thing that folks would actually take away from. And the welcome needs to extend not only in the first meeting, but beyond, and pay attention to new members and appoint them, to give them a task to do, put them on the agenda, even if it's to, hand out an award or be involved in something. It's important to break the ice and engage people to each other, make sure it's two-way, that type of thing, so it's not even strained when introductions are made, and that welcoming opportunity. I'm trying to go really very fast. All right, but just make sure you're assigning tasks to new people. That's the best welcome that you can give. Thank you.
Can I go next? I have to leave a little early from the conference, so I would like to just give our readout.
Go ahead, Joyce. Which room are you in?
I'm not even sure what room I was in.
Okay.
Yvonne, what room were we in?
That's okay. Go ahead, Joyce.
Okay. Party 2, we said that party was very much open, welcoming. You felt like it was partnering with you. Open discussion to have conversations and genuine interest being shown as a participant in the party. That you came up with a sense of belonging, which is what we want in all of our events and all of our meetings. Thinking about the next event, we would take all of this with us, maybe have greeters, spirit of hospitality, ensuring that it's there, and being really intentional about including people and bringing them into the circle, and not sitting back with comfort of the people that you're with all the time or talk to all the time. So if we do that intentionally, then we would definitely be bringing everybody in, and we would not inadvertently be leaving anybody at the door knocking. And I think that's it for us, unless someone else in the group has something to comment on.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
I just wanted to mention that one of the ideas is when you're having events, place your seating where it's more open so everybody can participate, as opposed to small tables and groups of people where they can be more cliquish. So I thought that was a great idea.
Thank you for that. Okay. All right, so I think we did 4, 1, and Joyce, we're gonna say you were 3. Let's do group 2 or room 2.
Okay. This is Nicole from Zonta, Maryland. We were group 2. I was trying to type my notes up, so I'm kind of glad we went out of order a little bit. But for the first question, why did party number 2 work so well? And what did the host do to create a sense of engagement? As I was trying to draft up my notes, parties 2 stood out because it made every guest feel welcomed, seen, and valued from the moment they arrived. The host created a warm and engaging atmosphere by personally greeting each guest at the door with a smile. And as we said, a simple gesture that makes a powerful first impression, especially for those meeting new people. Her smile set the tone for the event, open, friendly, and energizing. And how does she create a sense of engagement? Is by greeting guests as they entered, help them feel instantly acknowledged and comfortable. Her positive energy, enthusiastic demeanor made the space feel alive and inviting. That you have intentional conversations. She asked a simple but thoughtful question like, what do you do? That idea or that comment comes from prior District 3 Governor Pat Latona. Because one thing that she said that stands out, and we all know this, is, what do people like to do more but talk about themselves? So when you ask that question, it engages them as well, and they can have conversation. And they feel more comfortable, and they feel actually connected because you're actually listening to them. I'm gonna go very quickly. What did let's see. Just over the last I'm sorry. 4 days. What is one idea? What is one idea that
these earthquakes
you can apply to your next event, meeting, or webinar? One of the ideas that really comes from what Arlene had said after we watched the video, when she talked about the low-hanging fruit, and just getting that spare change, whether it be at the meeting or an event. And I'm gonna blend this in with the third question on how you can adapt and apply the idea to, you know, your member community. One, and I'm sorry if I didn't write my team member's name, but when we were talking about, I think it was Roxanne, she was talking about the farmer's market and, you know, just the spare change. But if you had like the little cards, you know, what Zonta does, who we are, you know, because individuals can feel, incorporate the spare change jar at every meeting or your club event. Use it as a conversation starter. That's right, because the cards would actually be able to be a conversation starter. And then I kind of brought up the, you know, nowadays we really don't carry change, or a lot of people don't carry change, but you can do little QR codes and things like that. And I was sharing with them that one of the organizations that I work with, last year, you know, they collected so much money just by that, you know, kids nowadays or younger people to tap with their phone, you know, and, you know, not to understand what the mission is, but you talk about the mission and, you know, people are willing to give $2, $5 or things like that. But also it's not just for our club events, but it also will help support our foundation. So that is my wrap up in a very brief summary. Sorry, I was all over the place. Didn't finish drafting my notes.
Thanks, Nikki. Okay, room number 5.
3, I don't know if we can speak now, but
go ahead, 3.
Thank you.
I mean,
So
go ahead, Linda.
I'm just going to say,
3.
I'm just going to say ditto to everybody. And just something Mary Ellen Bittner said to us, which I think is fabulous. Make sure that you give something to each person to remember you by, or give them an action on the way out of the meeting. So I love that. I love that, you know, you're making this person remember you on their way out. So this is the answer to what can you do on your next meeting, and make sure you're kind, and that's what party number 2 is all about. So have our meetings always show up as party number 2. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I think our club is really good at being wonderful to everybody, but giving them something to leave with, that is priceless. Okay. Room 6.
Oh, wait, I'm 5.
You are. Go ahead, Dorothy.
So our group, Rhonda Boyd from Prince George and Terry King Lane, who's a new member of Trenton Mercer, we thought that having something clearly defined to do together to make a difference was really important in the second party. And Rhonda gave an example from Prince George, which at their last meeting, the end of the meeting, they did care packages for their Z Club. I gave an example of our club. We do pocketbook projects where we gather gently used pocketbooks and put hygiene items in them to distribute to sexual assault or DV or homeless women. So having that kind of planned, excuse me, when you know that you have new members, something that engages everyone, as many of you have said. And then Terry said that from the immediate greeting at the door and the introduction to the other members, it reminded her of Cheers. So you know how everybody goes,
everybody knows your name.
Norm, you know. So if we make sure that we kind of, even if we did that, even if it's a little silly, but, you know, kind of say hi, you know, or welcome Linda, or welcome Terry, or, you know, so everybody kind of gets that name. And then Rhonda suggested that maybe in order to, you know, to make sure that new members or prospective members are greeted, maybe the membership chair role could be to be that person at each meeting that looks out for those people and makes certain that he is the person that kind of introduces people. So that's some takeaways from our group.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dorothy. Okay, room 6.
I don't know which room I'm in, but
okay, go ahead, Pam.
I'm going to Pam Garvin, Lieutenant Governor, New York City Club. Our group reiterated some of what was already said, but one of the things that we talked about was giving, when you're having an event, to have everyone have a role and practice their role at greeting or whatever they're, you know, if they're sitting at the table and doing registration or whatever, or how to go up to a member. So they have a kind of little speech that they could memorize if they're not as if they're shy, and that way everybody can know what their role is, and if they're the mingler, or they're the one who greets the new person, or they're the one who sits at the table, what they should say instead of just sitting there and what's your name, you know, kind of thing, and a little bit more courteous, hi, welcome, glad you came, kind of thing. And we really like that they mixed up the existing members with the new members. And then if they were going to have a meeting, everyone wanted to have introductions at every meeting so people could finally get to remember who the new members were and who the old ones were, and not just do it the first time they come, but do it every meeting so everybody gets to remember who they are. And then to give new members a simple task, maybe not have them on the board, but as they come to a few more meetings, if you're going to have an event, give them a simple task at the event. So that they feel included, which I thought was really a good idea. And then there was an idea that if you have enough new members, to have a new member kind of with the membership chair, not just to have mentors, but to have them all gather together, the new members, and have lessons on how to be a Zonta, a Zonchan. What does it mean to, you know, go to a conference? What is it? What are you doing? Why do we vote? Why do we have bylaws? And to kind of give a background, to have a few meetings with the new members to give them a background about everything, which I thought was really important. And then I don't want to steal her thunder, but Christina's going to talk about this some more, Christina Chapman, but having e-cards sent out in between the events to not only new members, but to existing members, checking out, reaching out, now that, you know, things are happening in the world and people are maybe not in such good straits or whatever, saying, how are you doing? You know, glad to see you at the last meeting. Hope you can join us, kind of thing. And Christina is going to explain more how to send out these e-cards when she has her little chat a little bit sooner. Thank you.
Thank you for that. So I have one more room, and so if you didn't speak, this is your time. Do we have 7 rooms?
Yeah, we had 7 rooms.
Okay.
Yeah, we
No.
were actually Pamela Garvin was our room. We were room 7. So
okay. All right, there you go. All right, perfect. Okay. So I think Judy, back to you.
Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Even though you only had 10 minutes, you got it. You got job done. So thank you. And hopefully some of these ideas will help engage you. We're going to move on right now to Christina Chapman, who's going to talk to us about AI. And that's all I know about AI.
All right. Well, good morning, everyone. I was going to say good afternoon, and I was like, it is not the afternoon yet. But good morning, everyone. So yes, I'll be talking a little bit about AI, because obviously in certain instances, 15 minutes is not going to be enough. But I can give you a quick overview on some places where you can use AI within the Zonta organization, and how we can use that to amplify what we do. So I'm going to put up my screen and then we will get started. Now, I might have a few tabs open. Please do not judge my tabs. I'm just going to tell you that in advance. So, all right. 1, can everybody see my screen? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in between. All right. So, yes. So we are going to talk about how we can use Zonta, how we use AI to amplify. So, what if AI could help us plan events, design flyers, write posts, even thank you, like there are thank yous to our donors, and doing that in minutes. The thing is that AI can. Now, I'm going to say this in advance, and this is not to scare anyone, because I know that AI has been more prevalent in these recent years. AI has been around since the 60s. So it's just the access to AI is more so prevalent into our spaces now. Predictive text, all those particular things that are on your phone are AI. Everything you use, like, oh hey, like you want to send this word, AI. So even if we feel like we don't use AI, we technically are. When Google's like, oh, you want to search this thing? AI. So why that matters. AI is a tool, it's an assistant. And it saves you time, it saves you money, helps you work smarter and not harder. So why AI and why now? So when we think about this, nonprofits everywhere are using AI. So it helps you save it helps you save hours in that admin work. It helps kind of like those time-consuming tasks such as scheduling emails, social media posts. So like for certain things that we use that even our club in Essex County uses, like we schedule out certain social media posts. Sometimes we do them in the moment, but we can actually schedule them out ahead of time, and that's also part of AI. Drafting thank you notes and donation receipts, being able to organize donor databases, but all of that is part of using that with less time. So being able to personalize communication, so asking AI what the best time is to email someone. And then being able to even create certain things, just as this flyer right here. This is our flyer for May 16th. But if you look at the background of it, the picture that's actually in the background, I used ChatGPT to make the background of the picture, and then I tweaked it. So being able to think about how you're creating some of these materials, thinking about ways that you can make this for yourselves. But just also thinking about like, what's one thing that you would want to be able to use. So now thinking about ways that we're promoting. So similar to what I mentioned about the flyers. So flyers and graphics. Canva is one of the main places that I use. There are plenty of other platforms, but Canva is one of the places where I design flyers. Why? They already have a bunch of pre-made flyers that you can take and tweak and use. Actually, if you look at this, the flyer that's up here, part of that was already pre-made, and I just made adjustments according to what we needed for that event. So this was for the Amelia Earhart event, I think, that we had for one of our Zoom meetings. I think that was back in like the beginning of February. Yep, February 1st. Another one that we used was kind of like a digital post. And this was something that we shared out with everyone, but it was another way for us to create a flyer, be able to have it shareable for everyone to be able to use, but post on their social media or send it as a text message so that the outreach for anyone of how they choose to communicate on a platform, they could do that. Using ChatGPT to brainstorm ideas such as captions, hashtags, even actually what you want to write on your social media post, kind of cleaning up exactly like what you would like to say. Because sometimes they will come up with a word, they're like, oh, I didn't think of that. I've actually used that a lot, especially with coming up with certain posts. I will actually ask ChatGPT like, hey, make me a post for 15 days out of this month that have to do with women's history. And it will come up with 15 different posts. So do you have to take all of those posts? Absolutely not. The biggest thing about this is that it's not finalized. AI just takes the information because it's taking all the things from all the places and bringing it into one space for you to view. So some of the things that it's going to miss is that they don't necessarily know your audience. They don't always understand the nuances. So that's where you, the human, come in. You need to understand so if you know that there's a post and you're like, oh, I like this post, but I want to kind of tweak it a little bit so that it fits more of the audience and the people that we support, then you can do that. You can also ask AI to be able to do that as well. But if there's certain nuances that it might not be getting, you can add that in for your own personal touch. And then, as I mentioned before, even being able to send out thank you letters and emails. One of the things that we're starting to kind of pull together as a club, and things that I actually mentioned that I think was mentioned prior was kind of doing an e-card. So one of the things that's available also on Canva, and there's a Canva nonprofit as well. And so anybody that's, because we're a nonprofit, you can actually apply for Canva nonprofit and you can get full access to Canva for free. So just a heads up, and I'll have that at the end as well. But being able to use like MailChimp, you can ask ChatGPT to put together something. I also have used Canva because Canva also has like a little AI piece where it can help you tweak certain words. But I've used that to be able to create like a e-card to say like, hey, like it was great seeing you, or hey, haven't seen you in a while. Here's some things that are coming up for our events, or if it's a prospective member, saying like, hey, here's some of the things that are coming up, but here's our link so that you can fill out the application for you to join, and tell them how much and like letting them know how much it costs, or like a phone number or an email so that they can reach out separately. So it's different ways that you can still engage using the nuances that you bring in, but having AI kind of help you bridge it all together. And then thinking about for fundraising and events. So is this, and I'm mentioning a couple of things multiple times, but I want to make sure that I'm reiterating. Thinking about how you're using this for donor outreach. If there are companies that have donated to your fundraisers in the past, how can you customize thank yous, or how can you do further invitations to be able to reach out that way? It could suggest things for a fun event, for themes within your planning. So say that I want to do like a Mad Hatter tea party. We've done a tea fundraiser, but maybe I wanted to turn it into a Mad Hatter tea fundraiser, right? But it will suggest different ways that I can do that. And as I mentioned before, drafting like a follow-up, like, oh, we missed you, or like, here's an RSVP, or who didn't attend. Like you can have it where it's creating certain things for you. There's donor tools such as the company's called Fundraise Up and Kindful. But you can even create spreadsheets within, which is also another tool that you could use for nonprofits, is Google Suite. So SUITE, Google Suite. And with Google Suite, that can also help you with creating different spreadsheets, and it has smart filters on them so that they can actually filter out who you want to reach out to and why. Thinking about partnerships and growth. So going back into the Google Sheets aspect, having the list of donors, event attendees, sponsors, and you can ask Google's AI to help you organize, and it can build a suggestion of like name, email, contact dates, donations amounts. And it will have predictive plugins for you as well. So maybe who hasn't donated yet, or kind of like doing like so this way you can do follow-up emails, or a follow-up post, or an e-card, something of the sort. So, and I don't know how much time I have left, because I want to make sure that I know we were tight on time.
As quickly as you can be.
Okay. So, just a quick note, and then I'll share like a little bit of ChatGPT real quick, and along with some of the notes. But the big idea is to be able to try at least one tool. AI is not here to replace the heart of Zonta. You are the heart of Zonta. And so it's to help us shine brighter, it's to help us reach further, it's able to help us work easier. So I want you to make sure that you try at least one thing, whether that be ChatGPT, whether that be Canva, whatever platform that you would like to try out. I'm always around for more additional information for some of the platforms. I don't know all of the platforms by heart. I'm not that person, but I am pretty tech savvy, so sometimes I can figure it out pretty quickly. So I will have, and I can share this again with Judy and anybody else for the additional tools, but this is just a quick sheet, share sheet. So if anybody wants to take a picture of it with their phone, if not, I can also send this shot to Judy, so that this way we might be able to send that out to the rest of the members that attended today. So But this is just a couple of ways that of what the tool is, what it does. And also be reminded, some of them actually can do more than one thing. So like, remember, like ChatGPT can help you brainstorm, but it also can help you develop pictures and templates. There's also Picture AI. I think Dorothy and I had brainstormed like different ways to kind of do like a picture for a different conferences and different events. So I wanted to show ChatGPT really quick, but I have to stop sharing briefly. Give me 1 second.
I have put Christina's email in the chat. So if you have further questions, you can reach out to her. But go ahead.
Thank you. All right. So this is my ChatGPT. Now here's the thing. I have a whole bunch of random things on here because it's not just for Zonta. I use it for random things as well. So like one of the things that I was looking up was I was thinking about ways to do a silent headphones party, but I wanted to think about the mixture of members. So one of the questions that I asked was, what do you think of a silent headphones party as a fundraiser? I've said most put members, but I meant most of our members are older, but I want to attract younger prospective members too. So it actually gave me some ideas on the site, like a silent headphones party. This is a quick breakdown, and it gave pros and it gave some challenges. And so this is just like a quick example. And I'm scrolling slowly, but just to kind of give you a gist of what it would give. Now, if you look down here, it will also prompt you again to see like if there's something that you want to suggest, but you could also ask it a different question. So it says, would you like help drafting a short pitch or a flyer concept? I could also say, what are some places that would provide headphone rentals? So now what it's doing is searching the web. Remember, it's a whole large concept. And now because it's knowing it already knows my location, because I have it on. It's giving me a couple of places where it actually holds those events. But if you look, the next one is that it actually has party headphones. So it's different things that you can do for that. They said if you need, and it also prompts it again, like, hey, if you need help creating promotional materials, I can do that. If you need help drafting a pitch, I can do that. Because that could be something where you need, like maybe the headphones company, you can draft a pitch on what you plan to do for the event. And they might be able to borrow the headphones for a short amount of time for free or at a lower cost. So that's another way that AI can be able to help you with that. So I've done that for social media, like asking it for social media posts and different aspects like that. But I just wanted to show you kind of a quick way that that ChatGPT kind of works in favor for you. And as I said, it's not the end all be all. You are the human. So it just kind of helps you as being a thought partner. I don't know if I could take any questions if we have time for that, but I just want to.
Yes.
No, we don't.
go.
But thank you so much, Christina. That was it got me excited. I was like, ooh, how can I use this?
I want everybody to raise the hands of who's like blown away. Because I've never done AI. I've never, so all of this is like really super, super incredible. Anyway, so I'm turning it over to Nicole and for our award winners.
Well, hello, everyone. Again, we are pleased to have two of our award winners that are here with us. We have Aparna, and Aparna, please excuse me if I mispronounce your last name. I have it written. Parthas. Go ahead, Judy.
Parthasarathi.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She is our 2023 recipient of the Young Women in Public Affairs Award, now called the the Young Women in Leadership Award as of 2024. And we also have Jabrea Harding, which was our 2024 winner of the Jane M. Clausman Award. So therefore, with that, we're going to start with Aparna. And just give us I know we're short on time, but we really do want to hear from you. Just tell us a little bit, your bio, a little bit about yourself, and welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Hi guys, thank you so much for having me. My name is Aparna. I'm currently a freshman at Barnard College studying political science and human rights. And as you guys heard, I was given this award in 2023, and I've been, and all the wonderful members of Zonta have been so incredibly lovely to me since then and have given me so many amazing opportunities. Like last year when I was able to go to the CSW, and I was able to learn so much about women's rights, especially as someone who is very interested in international relations and politics and the female role in that and women's issues on a global scale. But yeah, I have been very involved in female advocacy since I was young. I've always been inspired by Malala when I was a kid, only being a couple years older than me. And I, since then, have worked a lot. I wrote a book about women's rights, and I've been involved in a lot of different political areas advancing women's rights, specifically in New Jersey as well.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for your bio. Next, we have Jabrea. I'm looking for you, but I know you're here because I saw you earlier. Jabrea, is she still with us?
She's supposed to be.
I know, she was on. I'm looking for her. Oh, no, I see her. She's still muted. Jabrea, you're muted. Oh.
I've asked her to unmute.
Okay, well, she might be, I see her little one,
yeah, she has
her little one. Oh, no, wait, she just went away. Wait a minute, no, went away. Okay, she's still muted. Okay, we will come back to Jabrea in one moment. So, but we are going to move, because of time, we are going to move forward. And so I want to hear from Aparna. Just tell us what's one issue affecting women and girls that you are most passionate about? You're muted. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think that's a very hard question, only picking one. First of all, I think obviously I have to say, one of the issues I think obviously with the current state of the world and the state of America specifically, and the current administration that's running the country, I have to say reproductive freedom and a woman's right to choose will always be something that I am incredibly passionate about. Growing up in a blue state like New Jersey, going to college in a blue state like New York, it appalls me that there are states and that there are people who don't want to give women this fundamental human right. But taking away from that, I think on a global scale, something that I've learned a lot more about recently, especially after coming to college, is the role of women and women's rights and women's inequality in conflict zones, specifically in places of war or places that are being run by things like militant groups or terrorist organizations, and especially in the world that we live in, a place that's like between places in the Middle East and what recently happened in Kashmir, and seeing how women specifically are often targeted during these attacks, I think is something that's is something very interesting to learn about. And also, in going off of that, being able to fight for a rise in women being involved in things like peace talks and being able to share their perspective and their approaches, whether it comes to things like maternal mortality or just a rise in rape and sexual assault of women during those times, or the idea that mothers and young girls often have to go hungry to be able to feed their families. I think something that I'm very passionate about as of right now is being able to advocate for women like that to come onto a global stage and say, these are my experiences, this is what I learned, this is what we need to change moving forward to be able to give women more opportunities and to be able to change the past and what's happened to us.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you. That was a lot. I know it is difficult to go ahead and just choose one passion, but I can see that you're so passionate about just a lot of different issues, as we all are as Zontians. So I didn't mean to make the question so tough. My next question is, what does Zonta mission, building a better world for women and girls, mean to you personally?
Thank you. I think to me personally, that message just means each and every single one of us doing the most that we can to really advance women's rights and women's freedoms. You know, I saw it with my grandmother, who was born in India in like the 1940s, and she came and visited me this summer, and she stayed with us. And you know, I was packing up for college. I was meeting up with my friends, and she and so there'd be days that I would just like take the car and I would go and I would buy the things that I wanted, and just be able to do the things I wanted without having to answer to someone really. And I remembered like my grandmother's like shock and the surprise that she had that I was like given the ability and the freedom to do that, and to just to be able to manage my own money, and to be able to have that level of freedom to buy the things I want, and to not have to really tell my father where I'm going and what I'm buying, and to have him kind of have that pressure over my life. And to me, that's kind of what it means, where it's every single one of us just being able to really work towards being just a general more equal society. And even if it doesn't seem like it's doing a lot in this current moment, but the payoff that it'll have in a few years or a few generations for women to have that level of things like financial literacy and just being able to express themselves and do what they want with their lives.
And yes, that is so very true. And I can see the joy on your face of whenever your grandmother did come visit. And I know it was a completely different experience for her, but being able to see that her granddaughter can actually, this is the life that she has. And so, you know, that I get to see the joy in your face. My next question is, how do you plan to continue your advocacy or leadership work in the future?
Thank you. I think for me, going to a school like Barnard, which is a women's college, seeing how I have friends that are all different majors, from STEM to economics, and like to me doing poli-sci, how each and every single one of us is bound by this idea of women's rights and wanting to advance the role of women in society. And how as a community we're united by that is so unbelievably warming, similar to the Zonta community here. And so I kind of use that community to be able to be involved in a lot of things around campus as of right now, whether it be working with human rights newspapers and women's rights newspapers, where recently I wrote an article about AI and human trafficking in Eastern Europe, and how AI is really shifting a lot of what's currently happening in that region. And just being able to write, which is something that I'm very, very passionate about and I love doing, about issues that women are facing today, and just being able to spread stories of issues that really aren't often talked about and are often neglected as a whole, is something that I'm doing a lot specifically on campus.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much just for your responses, and one, taking time to be here with us. But you know, we're really just, I can say myself personally, I'm very impressed of just what you're doing, what your goals are, and just you know, you're a breath of fresh air, and we can see where our younger generation, for young women like yourself, where you can help move the needle for women, you know, that are coming behind you, and also be an inspiration to the women, the more seasoned women that are ahead of you. So thank you so very much. For now, I'm going to see if Jabrea, before we leave it open to any questions, so just pause for one moment, Aparna. We're going to see if Jabrea is ready. I know I saw her little one on her lap. Jabrea, are you with us?
Oh, yeah, with you. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. I saw your picture with the little one on your lap, so we know many of us are mothers, so I do understand. But so circling back to you, we just want to hear a little bit about yourself, and I'll reintroduce Jabrea. Jabrea is our the winner of the Jane N. Klausman Award, and that was in 2024. So Jabrea, you have the floor if you would like to just give us a brief bio about yourself.
Sure. Well, as Miss Barnes said, I am Jabria Harding. I currently attend University of Baltimore as a business administration and data analytics student, which is also my major. Currently, as of right now, I have a 3.81 GPA. I'm also a part of a series of organizations such as the National Society of Leadership and Success, or NSLS. I don't know if anyone has heard of that. I'm also part of Zonta now. I think I was like given a 1-year membership. And whatever organizations I'm a part of. I'm also a part of WOXA, the Women of Color Student Association, and other organizations.
Well, wow. Okay. And you're close to my area over here. We do have the Zonta Club of Baltimore, but I'm just saying you're still within where I'm Mid-Maryland. But so thank you and welcome. And I'm going to actually ask you the same questions that I went ahead and asked Aparna. And my first question is, what's one issue affecting women and girls that you are most passionate about?
I guess one issue that I'm very passionate about is, I'm sorry, it's just like a little bit of noise in the background. I'm at like an event, is reproductive rights. I constantly see them being violated, not only within the US, but also in other international countries. And what I mean, reproductive rights are constantly being violated. It's not also just women just having the rights to not have a child, but also the rights to just have them as well. Sometimes like they're not giving proper resources, such as like, STI, STD testing. Sometimes they're not even given access to hysterectomy, like, procedures or any of the sort, or just seeing if there's anything wrong with like their uterus or any type of uterine lining issues or whatnot. And as of right now, Roe versus Wade is currently being threatened in some states. Some states do have reproductive rights, some don't. And some women are taking proactive actions in terms of just like trying to get Roe versus Wade back into order.
Right.
I guess another issue that's also that I'm also passionate about is educational access. Throughout history, women weren't exactly given fast access to education, especially within higher educational institutions like University of Baltimore, the one I'm attending right now. Women were actually very prohibited from entering even the smallest of higher educational institutions. And as of right now, I try to make I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. Try to do my best in terms of just advocating for women having access to higher education. I don't know if people have been like looking at the news lately. There have been rumors or just like, a little bit articles or just news reports about how higher education is not going to be accessible to women anymore. And right now there are a series of lawyers and as well as political advisory boards trying to make sure that that never happens, that higher education is very much accessible to women.
Right, no, true. And actually with you saying that, I'm gonna take my questions out of order because when you are speaking about higher education, I guess then I can ask you, and you spoke so eloquently, but one thing I didn't hear yet from you was how do you actually plan to continue your advocacy and leadership work in the future? I know that you are a part of a lot of different organizations, but I just want to hear a little bit more on how you personally, plan to continue your advocacy efforts.
I guess in terms of how I would plan to continue my advocacy efforts would be to start a nonprofit, especially advocating for the reproductive rights of POC women who are especially affected by the violation of reproductive rights, and as well as creating another nonprofit for women who just want to access higher educational institutions or just give them some type of like educational access if they can't like infiltrate those institutions.
Okay, very interesting. I mean, thank you for that. And then my last question, well, since I took them out of order, I just want to hear from you. What does Zonta mission, building a better world for women and girls mean to you personally? And you pretty much have kind of answered that. And so in the other two questions that you just gave me, I mean, the responses that you provided us with. But if you were to just sum it up in, let's say, 10 words, because it's kind of hard to do it in 5, what does building a better world for women and girls mean to you personally? And you can just, you don't have to be long sentences.
I guess I would make it better by making it safe and equitable.
Okay. Safety and equity, safety and equitable. Anything else that comes to mind?
Honestly, that's about it, just safe and equitable. Like the world is starting to become a little bit of a safer place for women and everything with just like the little bit of processes and as well as systems being put in place. But I feel like we should be given a little bit more equity. Oh, I'm sorry, I was reading the messages at the bottom. Especially for what a lot of women, especially POC women, have been through. And I think we should just provide equity because I'm sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. Because even though equality is good, equity seems like it's very better because it honestly, in my opinion, properly allocates resources to different racial, gender, and as well as undeserved groups properly based on their needs.
Right. Very true. Well, no, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. So I just, for the members that are here, our guests, I just want to personally say thank you, Aparna, and thank you, Jabrea, for your answers and spending time with us today. We look forward to hearing from you again and your endeavors in the future. Jabrea, thank you for being a part of I know you said you're 1 year into your membership with Zonta. You said Zonta Club of Baltimore, or you Zonta Club of Baltimore? Is that?
Actually, as soon as I was awarded the Zonta International Women in Business Scholarship, I was told by, I think, someone by the name of Mary Lou. Yeah. She told me that I have a free 1 year membership with Zonta International.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, thank you. Get acquainted with the clubs that are close by you. But again, ladies, we really appreciate your time and just hearing from you, and you've given us all inspiration and, just again, seeing where our young people, where you can help take us in the future. So again, thank you. Thank you. Thank you on behalf of Zonta area, Zonta International in District 3 during our spring workshop. Thank you. Kind of stuttered over that. Sorry. But anyway, thank you. Thank you, ladies. And with that, I will turn it back over to our
time for Dorothy.
It's
time for Dorothy.
Yes, our fearless governor, Dorothy Nauer. Let's turn it over to you.
Thank you. I know we're right up against our 12 noon end time, so I just want to thank everyone for being here today. I want to give a shout out, a special applause for our area directors, Judy, Nicole, Jeanette, and Dion, for such a great workshop. Applause, please. What a great workshop. Thank you all. Thank you for our presenters and facilitators. Thank you for everyone who helped with today's workshop. In the next 10 days, you're going to get an invitation for registering for our fall conference, October 10th to 12th at the Crown Plaza in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. So look out for it and hopefully join us for more fellowship, fun, and impact to build a better world for women and girls. You'll get to meet Amanda Lee Kaiser. We have a really special event at this conference. In addition to our business, we have a theater dance production written and directed by 2 young Zontians. That's going to be phenomenal. And we're actually going to invite the community to join us. So we hope that's something that we're really excited about. So, and then again, think about now about going to Vancouver in 2026 for the ZI convention. I think today reminds us that we need to reach out to others in our community to give them the opportunity to join us in Zonta. Please, this is a great time to reach out and invite people to become members, to get involved with Zonta. And finally, hopefully today's workshops recharged and re-energized us for our work and mission in Zonta to build a better world for women and girls. So don't forget to invite others to join us. Finally, I know the committee is going to send out a feedback evaluation, really simple. So look for it and please give feedback so that we can use it to craft future workshops. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you
Have a
so
great
much
day.
for a
Thank
great
you. Great
workshop.
workshop.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
ladies.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You.
Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all.
12:02, not too bad. All right. All right, thank you, guys. Thank you. We made it work no matter what.
It worked well. It really went well.
It was great. It was great.
Did you enjoy it? Well, I think, hopefully it inspired and gave some ideas. Dorothy, from a past organization that I work with, I have a case of coin can that we can distribute to clubs or have owned for a club to put in coins for the foundation. All we
Wonderful.
have to do is put a label around it.
You hear that, Arlene?
Yeah, I know. I think that was like a wonderful idea, but I know during my my moderating session, the QR code, to add to whether you do a can or anything like that, I think it's an excellent idea. Again, like I had stated, a lot of people don't care. I mean, some people carry change in their pocket, but a lot of people don't. But when you have a mission that is so powerful, it's nothing just everybody's tapping, tap the phone, tap the phone, tap the phone, $2 here. It will definitely add up and be very beneficial. So.
Well, for the old school people who actually have cash and coins, it's a great opportunity to get rid of them.
Yeah, that's true. And that is true as well. Yes, that is true as well.
So it's an option that we can distribute to I think I've got 150.
Oh, okay.
150 of them. So anyway, we did it. We did it. It's done.
It's done.
I didn't know what happened to that video. I did not know.
Pause on that, Judy. Pause on that. Pause on that. You did wonderful. You did wonderful. You did excellent.
It was worth every dime.
Yes. I found it extremely riveting. Everything we did and just the way we did it. Riveting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate everybody's help and glad it's done.
You're awesome. You're awesome.
All right,
Yes.
now I have to stop recording.
Yes. Oh, yes. You were supposed to have stopped the recording already, but yeah.
All right.
Send out the evaluation.
Yes. I'm getting ready to run because I'm gonna grab some lunch. I'm starving. I did not eat yet.